Hey guys, Nukem here, and we just got some brutal inside news regarding to Insomniac's game that's coming out, the Wolverine. Based on this inside details, according to this article, thegamer.com, the reporter Jeff Grubb is saying that Insomniac is aiming for a hard R rating on the game, and it's aiming for a 2024 release window. However, it's possible it'll get delayed to 2025. I'll put a link to this article in the description below if you want to read it for yourself, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinion after I'm done. According to insider Jeff Grubb, Marvel's Wolverine is aiming for a launch 1 year after Spider-Man 2 in the fall of 2024. However, Insomniac is reportedly discussing a 2025 release date internally. Grubb also claimed that Insomniac is aiming for an R rating while also avoiding any ties for X-Men movies. So most likely we get no ties to any of the X-Men from Fox Studios and probably Hugh Jackman himself. So sorry to anyone who's expecting any ties to that universe, but this is expected, especially since the Spider-Man games from Insomniac has no ties to Sony's movies or Marvel's movies as well. According to Grubb, Insomniac is doing by using a pre-X-Men Wolverine. This means that by the time we step into the beginning of playing, he won't be part of the team, making this a completely solo experience. Whether that changes during the course of the game remains to be seen. As for what the game will look like, according to Grubb, it will differ from Spider-Man in its several open sections of the world, rather than being fully open world. Interestingly, Marvel confirmed that its game won't emulate the MCU by having a completely connected universe. Midnight Suns will remain separate from Avengers, with separate from Guardian of Galaxy, and again separate from Spider-Man. However, Grubb believes that Spider-Man and Wolverine will occupy the same world, with him even speculating that we will see Wolverine in post-credit of Spider-Man 2. Or even a passing nod during the game. Based on Grubb's claim, it also lines up with Insomniac creative director Brian Horton, who confirmed back in September of 2021 that Wolverine will have mature tone. An R rating is certainly fitting, then especially given that Spec Ops The Line writer Walt Williams is working on the script. If you guys haven't played Spec Ops The Line before, it's a very brutal game with a pretty messed up story, so keep that in mind. Back to the article. Whether Wolverine managed to hit fall of 2024 release date that it's aiming for or ends up launching in 2025, Insomniac is reportedly discussing internally it's a while off. In the meantime, we have this year's Spider-Man 2 to look forward to, featuring Peter Parker and Miles Morales as they fight back against Kraven and Venom, two of the wall crawler's most well-known and brutal villains. Okay, so overall, I'm liking everything that I'm reading on this article and this inside source. There is some positive and negative having an R-rated game. Similar to the Marvel movies that's rated PG-13, an R rating makes it more difficult for younger audience to acquire the game to be able to play it because of its more mature tones. However, that doesn't necessarily make the game less profitable. For example, look at GTA 5, look at Deadpool. All these rated R superhero movies has proven that they have the ability to do well, and I think it still translates to video games. And you know, a lot of parents just takes their kids to a superhero movie regarded if it's rated R, and same thing about buying video games in my opinion. When I was younger, my parents bought me any game I wanted. They didn't really check the rating, but I understand there is some concerned parents out there if they see their young kids playing a game and just see someone heads get decapitated by Wolverine's claws. And plus, there's already two good Spider-Man games with a third one coming out, so if they really want something in this universe, you got those Spider-Man games for rated PG-13 or rated teen for the video games for those kids to play. However, you don't get the awesome badass of Wolverine. Now, this makes sense why Insomniac wants to release this in 2024 because it's speculated that Deadpool 3 is coming out in November of 2024, so that would boost sales of the game, having this game go along with Deadpool 3, where we know Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine, so all that Wolverine hype just makes sense. However, video games get delayed often, more often than not. They set these projected dates and they have to delay it due to polishing. And knowing Insomniac along with Sony, they don't release games that are unpolished. They always try to put the best foot forward when launching a game. I mean, if you look at all the previous Spider-Man games, they are well done. And that's what they staple Signature on, similar to all their other games that they are known for. Now, let's say a delay does happen. I don't think it's going to be a whole year delay like it's another fall delay. Most likely it'll be in the spring, sometime in January, February, March. That's another popular release windows for big games that are coming out. If you look at it right now, you can see many big AAA games just got released at the end of January and middle of February, and some coming out as March. Most notably, Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, and you got Jedi Survivor that's coming out by EA that's coming out this year. So it makes sense early 2025 if it gets delayed. If not, then most likely fall of next year. Now, I do believe there might be some Easter eggs and tie-in in Wolverine in this upcoming Spider-Man 2 with Miles Morales and Peter Parker. It just makes sense to have it in a very similar, if not the same universe, just to give some Easter eggs and teases about their upcoming project. It just makes so sense for a developer. Maybe an after credit scenes or a hard unlock to get Wolverine in there. Can you imagine what if Wolverine does show up to the game when you're playing as a big surprise? But like Insomniac says that these games might be in different universes and may not cross paths, but who knows? We don't know until the game's officially out. Now, one thing that I'm speculating is what if we get Deadpool showing up in the Wolverine game? Now, it could be like another character similar to Miles Morales, or it could be near the end as an Easter egg where Insomniac is revealing their next game will be Deadpool. Now, wouldn't that be fantastic? Similar to how Spider-Man started with Peter Parker, some teases of Miles Morales, and then you had the Miles Morales game, and then you had the Spider-Man 2 game. Can you imagine if they did the same thing for Wolverine and Deadpool together in the same game? That means they'll do another rated R game. But on the flip side, I can see this not happening because probably Sony wants to wait to see how well Wolverine does with a rated R rating before they want to give another green light for another project rated R if Wolverine fails. But imagine the movie doing well, Deadpool 3. People love Hugh Jackman as a Wolverine in Deadpool 3. I know they already like him in all the X-Men movies, especially the last one. But if he does even better in the Deadpool movie, and they announce a Deadpool game to go along with it, it could be one of the best-selling games next to Spider-Man. Can you imagine that? And what if Deadpool 4 movie comes out? Of course, they would want to advertise this along with the video game. And can you imagine Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman going along promoting the game and voice acting the characters in the game? The chances are very small since, it's not in the same universe and that they're separate characters. But hey, that would be awesome. One can only hope and wish. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about all this that just got released. Check out my new channels, watch a couple videos, see if you like it. It supports me in different streams of revenue. Put a link to that in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.